Good day, and once more, you're welcome to the platform of the Case Consulting and Training, where we define ourselves by talking about our challenges, marriage, relationship, addiction, and so many others. I thank God for this day, and I thank each and every one of you. Your feedback has been enormous. My name is Jude Emmanuel Kibumatita. Today, it's a Sunday. Most of us will be going to church. Those who don't go to church know that God exists, and they will find a way to talk to their God. Today, we shall talk about something. The last video I made a video about family involvement in marriage. And this is somehow related to that. I've had sessions with some couples and individuals who want to get into marriage, and they had challenges. And I said it's better I try to bring it to the platform so that many of us who get an insight of what is happening. Might be we have such issues. Now, in our society, especially African society that I hail from, family is everything. We are always together. Family means a lot to us. Our mothers play a very important role in our upbringing. Most often they are the ones that are in the house nurturing us. Our fathers, most often, they go out to search for what they will need to bring home back for us to feed. Our mothers take good care of us. Might be working in farms, doing house chores, sometimes helping us in our schoolwork. The whole discipline thing, mothers play a lot. Now, this takes me to one thing. I'm creating a base for what I'm about to say. You see, God made this in such a way that a child is so much attached to the mother, because the mother carries that child for 9 months. The mother is connected to that child. The blood of the mother runs into that child. The oxygen, the child basically shares everything with the mother when the child is in the womb. Father is just like a protective figure. Yes, he provides the seed. But mother is like the soil that nurtures it. So at the end of the day, children are so much inclined, are so much attached to their mothers. That attachment is from birth. That is why most often, when we go for DNA, is to determine the paternity of the father, not the mother. For when it comes to the mother, you cannot say no, because the mother carried that child. So it's different. So you can see from this point of view that the attachment that mothers have when it comes to their children is enormous. And there's this natural tendency that always goes. Women always seek for protection. And if a woman has a male child, she always feels connected to that male child, because they always know that a man is there to protect them. It's natural. That is why they cling to their male child. And the female child will always cling to the father because she is seeking protection. And she knows the father will protect her. That is natural. So those things are like that. Now, this brings us to one thing. Interest. Our parents, there's something that we forget. Each and every one of us will forget. Our parents get involved into our activities not because they want to, but it is because they are concerned about us. It took me a long time to understand this. They are concerned. In every major decision that we take, our parents try to get involved because the fallout of that decision will affect them immensely. Now, a decision like you want to get married, well, in our present dispensation, we do not think it's necessary for our parents to dictate who we want to get married to, which is true. But then, the decisions that we take, we affect them. I just want you to look and pause and think for a bit. Those who have children will understand better. Because you have the interest of your child at heart, when you see that your child is taking a decision that is wrong, no matter what the child thinks, you be against it. Because you are protecting that child. Sometimes you want to take decisions when it comes to marriage, and our parents are against it. Our mothers especially are against it. Especially for the men. Because what the mother sees in a woman, you can never say, because you, a man, has never been a woman. There are things that they see. And God has given them an insight for them to see deeper than we can see. It is true. Yes, I agree that some mothers take it to extreme. Yeah, it's true. There's always an exception to any rule. Now, this talk about mother-in-law is prevalent in our society. Some of us even wish that before we get married, our mother-in-law should supposed to die. And then we believe when the mother-in-law is not available, then we shall have a good marriage. Most of us will believe that. Some getting into already have this in mind, that the mother-in-law, they are evil. Which therefore means it shapes their reasoning and their character and their behavior towards the mother-in-law, because they already have something in their brain. They have some biases already existing, and that will influence the way they deal with the mother-in-law. They deal with them with a lot of suspicion. And suspicion brings distrust. And with distrust, there's no relationship that can ever move smooth. But it comes from what you've heard, what the society have told you. But we forget to understand that we are individuals. And there are things that we can change based on our actions, based on our character. Those things can be changed. Yes, it can be changed. Now, let's go further. Let's talk about mother-in-laws. That is actually the main core of my discussion. I want us to have an understanding. An understanding based on an African context. That when it comes to female children, a man will come and get married to them. And they will leave their father and their mother's home. And they will make another home. In our context, that lady is going to another family. And will automatically take the name of another family. Most often, even when she comes back home, when she's married, the brothers, the sisters, they will tell them, go back to your home. Go back to your family. It is because they have changed their family. Now, I want us to look at it this way. We'll now realize something. What we realize is this: that our present family, our father and mother, where we live in as a woman, is your temporal family. Your permanent family will be that of your husband. That will be your permanent family. It's funny, but that is reality. Because let me say at 21, 25, 30, you've lived with your parents, and you got married, and you went to your mother, to your in-laws' place. You stayed with your husband. That becomes your family till you die, and you'll be buried in that family, not in your father's compound anymore. Your name was changed. You now bear another surname, different from that of your father. Which therefore means the mother, your mother-in-law, becomes your mother for the rest of your life. Now tell me, if that will become your second home, your second family, don't you think you need to love the mother as much as you loved yours, your biological mother? Don't you think your love needs to be doubled when it comes to your in-law? Why double? Because they did not give birth to you. They are not your biological parents. They did not know you. They did not nurture you. You are coming with a different character. They have to learn. They have to learn. They have to find a way to accommodate you with your excesses, because each and every one of us have. So it will take time for them to build that relationship with you. But if you come with an understanding that they did not give you birth, and you need to be accommodative to understand them, then I think we're in a good footing. But most often, we come knowing that they are wicked. His mother-in-law, I don't like this mother-in-law, something. But on the contrary, you are supposed to come with an open heart. An open heart to accept her as your mother. Because let me tell you something. After the mother in that family, your father, your husband's mother, it's you. Because you are in that family for eternity. It's your permanent place. It's not temporary. When something happens to your own biological parents' home, you are going there, not even as a child, most often as strangers. After something, after the occasion or whatsoever, you pack your bags and go back to your home. Go back to another family. That is our African content. It might be different in Western world, but that is the society that we live in. Now, coming to that of the husband. Husbands have a duty to make sure that their mothers love and respect their wives. It's your responsibility. It is your responsibility. If you are already married to her, it is your responsibility, if problem comes, to make it work. If you are about to marry and they have misunderstanding, it's your responsibility to make it work. How is it your responsibility? Most mothers do react based on the information that their children has given them. What did you tell your mother concerning your wife? Your mother will use it to either hate or love your wife. So be careful what you say. Most often, our parents are against our marriages. Why? Most often it's because they don't see, you don't give them a reason to. We just come and say, I love her, and it's my decision. Marriage is more than love, and they as parents understand that. What reason have you given to them? They want you to be good and to be successful in life. Have you come to tell them how the lady has influenced your life positively? Give them tangible reasons. Mama, I'm getting married to her because she did this to me. The position that I am today, she has helped me to become the man that I am. Do you think if you come and you tell your mother or your father that, they'll be against your marriage? No, they want to see the best, and they will see it in you. Because they know you are their son. As soon as that woman comes into your life and you change, they will see the change, be it positive or be it negative. Most often, sometimes they refuse because they've seen negative changes in your life as soon as you got yourself involved with a lady. And you expect them to accept? No, they will not. Because they have your interest at heart. It's not that they hate you. They have your interest at heart. This idea that mother-in-laws are bad is a wrong one. We have to look at it deep. We have to look at ourselves. The mentality that we have before getting into the marriage plays a very important role. Why there? Our character, how we embrace things, plays another role. It is important we look at these things. Throughout some of my counseling sessions, I've heard people make statements like, the man needs to choose, or the woman needs to choose. The man needs to choose between the wife and the mother. Either the woman or the mother will say, no, I can't be with you. You cannot marry this woman. You have to choose between me and your wife. The wife will say the same thing. You have to choose between me and your mother. Now, it baffles me. Where is her thinking? Choose. I laugh when I hear that. Why? Because there's nothing there to choose. They have different roles in your life. The love of your mother is different from the love of your wife. The love your wife gives you is different from that of your mother. Your mother gave birth to you, yes. But your wife will give birth to your children. That is a major difference. What you need to do is to prioritize. You, the man, prioritize the way you do things. Prioritize them. Put them in a scale of preference. Your mother is important to you in as much as your wife is important to you. You don't need to drag. It is your position to put your mother there and say, hey, you are my mother, but she is my wife. There's a difference. I love you as my mother. I love her as my wife. We are not swapping positions. Nobody is taking the position of another person. No. We can accommodate every single individual. Why do we have to choose things which we cannot choose from? Why do you have to put your man in a position to choose what you know he cannot choose? What's there to choose? How can you choose your mother over your wife? How can you choose your wife over your mother? They are two different people. Please. Most of us are making these mistakes. Men, we are making these mistakes. You also have sisters. You also have brothers. Yes. That is an addition to your family. The wife comes as an addition to your family. If you have sisters, they will also go and get married. They will not be in your family. Your wife will be the one to take care of your mother. Because she'll be the one in the compound, just like your mother is. Your sisters will go. When anything happens in the compound, your wife will be the one to stand beside your mother. Your sisters will be there, taking care of their own. Please. There's more to marriage than love. There is understanding, there is commitment. There is commitment. You as a man, that is why the Bible says you are as a man. That you are head of the household. Meaning, you have responsibility as a leader. A leader don't separate. A leader put people together and find out a way to work together. You can find out a way that your mother-in-law and your wife work together. There is always a way. Remember, your mother loves you. And all what she wants is your happiness. Listen to her. And be sensitive. Be sensitive. Your woman needs to respect you. And I will tell this thing, I wish I'm very blunt. If you want to get married to a woman, and the woman don't like your mother, please stop. She don't need to get married to that woman. Some women are too hasty. They say, I don't care. I will just be there. My mother-in-law don't like me, but whatsoever. I got married. I'm married to the husband. No, we are Africans. You are getting married to that mother too. Whether you like it or not, it has an influence. Find a way to sort out things. Find a way. Look, everything is love. And love is sacrifice. If you don't have something to sacrifice, you will lose the love of the mother-in-law. You need something to sacrifice. She didn't like you for a reason, and there's a purpose. Find out. Make her love you. She will. She will. Stop dragging something with her. No. Don't drag. Make her love you. Let me tell you something. There are some relationships where the mother-in-law, they love their daughter-in-law in such a way that the husband is even afraid. Because the husband cannot complain. Anything the husband goes to the mother to say against the wife, the mother will never listen. It is because of love. Because the wife has accepted the mother as her own mother. The wife doesn't discriminate. When it comes to mothers, he will buy for her own mother and will also provide for her mother-in-law. Exactly the same. And even more. Please, we should not drag these things. We have been fighting over it for long. Mother-in-laws have become witches and wizards. But we forget to understand that they gave birth to your husband. Or they gave birth to your wife. We have to be careful. Love will conquer everything. Love will conquer everything. Let's understand each other. Let's love each other. And I bet you, if we do that, everything will move on in a way that you will not understand. Yes, I do understand there are some biases that mother-in-laws always have. Might be because of one or two experiences, they say you cannot get married from this tribe. Yes. You have a duty as a man to tell your mother, you see, or as a woman to tell your father or your mother that, please, I'm not getting married to the tribe. There's an exception to every rule. Look at that is why I say you must communicate to them and tell them your reason for getting married. The problem is that most of us don't know the reason why we get married. We just say love, but love is not enough. If they ask you, why do you want to get married to this woman, or why did you get married to your wife? Most people don't even have an answer. But you see, the reason that you got married, that reason needs to be communicated. When they know that reason, and they know that this reason is for your own good, and that woman or that man is part of your success story, they will never be against it, because all what they want is for you to succeed. You see, growing up as a child, I was always angry, thinking that my mothers are just disturbing me. But when my father died, and I stayed home, one day, my junior sister went out. I was at home, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock she was not, 9 in the evening she was not, 10 she was not. I could not sleep. 11, I went to bed, I could not sleep. I could not sleep, I got up. 12 midnight, I went out. I started searching, looking for her. I could not sleep. My mother stood quiet, was watching me. I went out. When I got her. I was so mad, and I got her well beaten. And asked her, why do you have to do this? If something happens to you, what would I do? Papa is not. I'm the only one. Why are you putting me in this position? The following day, my mother called me and she asked me, I said, do you now see what we went through or what we're going through? Where you always go out, I come back in the morning, I come back late at night. Do you now know that I did not sleep? Do you now know that your father could not sleep? Have you seen the pain that we're going through only because we want the best for you? Now, that was just my sister, but I assume responsibility as a father. What about my own children? You see, our parents are always there for us. We might hate their actions, but their actions are there to protect us. Mother-in-laws are not bad. Go close to them. Treat them like your mother. Bring them closer to you. Treat them with love. And they will love you. And they will support you. And they will support your marriage. They are not witches. They are not wizards. Find a way to talk to them. Find a way to give them reasons for them to love your partner. All what they need is for you to give them assurance. That's all what they need. I've had a lot when it comes to this. So I had to talk. Let us learn. Let us learn. You might be going through something like this. You might be afraid of getting married because you feel your mother-in-law doesn't like you. Please, I hope this video helps you. Family is important. Let's not forget that. You don't belong to a family by dividing the family. You belong to a family by putting everybody together. May God bless us all. Thank you very much.